that coffee grinder out of here and help unload this supply train.
Please, is this Woodaville, Murrayville?
No, it's Paris. Can't you see the boulevard?
Come on, everybody off.
Get in the line, everybody. Get in the line. Anybody going to work? Climb up there. Come on, get in the line, you men.
What's the matter with you? Asleep? Tell these men to get in the line.
What do you think I'm telling?
What's that?
I said I'll have them ready for you in a few minutes, Mr. Moody.
Yeah, it's a busy place, this. I'll bet there's a lot of money here.
It won't be when I leave.
I think all these fellas are going to work.
Well, the harder they work, the softer I live.
Will you fellas get in the line like you were told? Who do you think's giving you these orders?
Just an old windbag.
Who said that? Oh, hello, Major. Now, where's Ben Horn?
Oh, indulging in his usual habit of popping up in unexpected places. He'll be along. What's wrong?
I've sent for you to show you.
I've come with a whip.
What for?
You're slowing up.
Slowing up?
Don't blow up, Dan. Don't blow up. Have a reason. Keep your strength up and your temper down. Montreal says we can't have any more delays.
Well, Montreal...
Oh,
you wait long there in my office till I tell these fellas where they get off, and then I'll tell you and Montreal something. All drill men, hold up their hands. I want you. Put his baggage on the car. And you. And I want you. And you. You little shit, you'd fall down in the hole. I know all about you. Get yourself out of here. I want you. And you. Yes, and I want you.
You don't want me.
No? Why not?
I don't work for men. Men work for me.
Oh, capitalist, eh?
Yeah.
And how about you? You want to work?
No, thank you, but it's awfully nice of you to invite me.
Wouldn't stoop to it, I guess.
Oh, I might have had to.
Well, that's something. Some hope for a fellow that talks like that. I'll remember you.
Yeah, well, I forgot you already. Hey, just a minute. I don't work here, and that's my bag.
Oh, is it?
Oh. So that's it.
That's it, partner. Me and the whole family. 53 of them.
Fellas like you ought to be made to work.
Fellas like me are made not to work. It's a gift. Steve, I don't think I'm going to like this, Berg.
You've said that about every town we've struck for the past 2 years.
I've never been wrong yet. This town's a dud, and we should never have come... Maybe I'm wrong.
Very wrong.
I'll see you at the hotel. Tell him Mr. Hickey was detained on account of scenery on the outskirts. How do you do? Take my things up to the Rat Trap Saloon. Hotel, I mean. James?
Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Thank you, Sandy.
I said, good morning. That's fine, Sandy. Now you run and get some more. You be the run and getter, and I'll be the stanker-upper. Huh? I said you be the run and getter. Go on, go on. Oh, you got this thing all wrong. Just make a few little changes.
Please don't trouble.
Oh, no trouble at all. Nice little town. Stranger here?
To you, yes.
Well, you needn't be. My name's Hickey. What's yours?
My father's name's Dan Moody, and he's the rather large and muscular man over there.
You don't mean to tell me that that big hunk of beef is your father? Oh, there must be some mistake.
Are you working for my father?
Me? I should say not.
Oh, beg pardon.
Allow me. You see, I make my living with my brain.
Then you must eke out a very meager existence.
Ah, but you've never seen me eat. When I sit down to play cards, every ace in the deck screams Papa.
Oh, so you're a gambler?
Yeah.
Well, I hate gamblers.
Ah, but you'll get to like me, all right. I know I'm a little difficult at first, but when you and I have been out together 3 times, we'll be just like that. What are you doing tonight? Oh. That'll be all, Sandy. Well, is there anything else I can do for you? Sing you a little song or manicure the horse? Or,
Nothing. but thanks for your help. Buy yourself something.
Kelly? Let's have a look at those cards.
So,
You know, you've won 3 out of the last 4 hands, Kelly. Ain't been done this season. There's 1 ace missing. There it is. Take off your coat, Kelly.
Hey, the last guy called me a thief, but this!
gentlemen! Gentlemen! Gentlemen!
What's the charge, officer?
Fighting.
Fighting. Looks like it was a darn good fight. Where'd you get that eye?
It's a growth.
A grill.
It grew out of a misunderstanding.
Well, you'll get swift justice here. Fair trial and sure conviction. The fine's $100 each. Collect the fines, officer.
But, Your Honor, I'm broke.
If Hickey's broke, I'll be broke, too.
I'm always broke.
Well, that's all right. Your credit's good. 30 days in jail.
Excuse me, Your Honor. There's 6 men in jail now. She won't hold no more.
Good. That works out just right. 30 days labor in Moody's construction camp. And say, the next time there's a good fight, call me. I want to see it. Next.
Hey, keep in step there, can't you?
Who, me?
Come on, strike! Get another hammer. Where? I don't know, but get one.
Joe! Joe, come on down here! Get on with your work there!
Yes, Mr. Moody?
What's holding you up there?
I'm just gonna crack this rock.
Well, crack it and get on with it. I gotta have steel through here in 2 days.
All right, Mr. Moody.
This is as far as we can go, Major.
Hey, what is this? Are we building a railroad or a rock garden? What I want from you fellas is less conversation and more perspiration. Here, you.
What are we gonna do with a lily like that planted on us?
So you decided to go to work, eh?
The judge decided for us.
Us? You mean your partner's working too?
Yes, sir.
Boy, that's great, eh?
What do you mean, great? Look at my hands.
Oh, dear, dear, dear. Now, ain't that too bad? Your partner got tender hands, too?
Sure. Sure, Hickey suffers terribly with his hands.
Put this man on the scraper team. This gang's getting more effeminate every day.
In a couple of months, they'll all be eaten with forks. All right, come on, get busy here. What are you waiting for, Dave?
I'll show you that trouble, Major. You see, this fella can work if he wants to.
Come on, Dan, come on. The trouble's waiting for us. If you'd let those men alone a while, they'd all work. Come on.
Do we have to wait for that lily to shed his petals? Come on, get going. What are you stalling about? Here we go.
What's the matter? Get along to the medical hut and have that fixed up.
Let me see that. Mary Moody always likes to take care of a thing like this right away.
Mary Moody, did you say?
Yes, she always takes care of us when we get banged up. Says anything can come from a scratch.
Oh! It's beginning to throb right here. I better have it looked after. Oh!
Yeah. You get along and have that attended to right away. All right, boys, get back to work. Come on, let's get going.
You've seen Muskeg, haven't you, Major?
Seen it. I spent half my life surveying around it.
Yeah? Well, you only think you've seen it. I'm going to show you the softest, mushiest muskeg you ever did see.
Yeah?
And there it is, miles of it. You couldn't lay a feather bed on that stuff, much less a railroad track.
Well, it isn't the first time we fought it.
Yeah, not that kind of muskeg. You brace yourself for a jolt, Major. Last week, we lost 2 locomotives in that stuff. Just like that.
Guess you've run into something. We've got to get a hold of Van Horn.
Is this it?
Yeah.
You're sure?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think we'll have to amputate, but...
Ow! Maybe you should have given me chloroform.
Not a bad idea if I'd given you enough.
Ouch! Careful, that's the hand I deal with. The way I deal cards is scientific.
You'll need more than science to help you deal cards by the time I've finished with you. I was hoping a little honest work might have changed your opinions.
Oh, so you're still interested in me, huh?
Who said I was interested?
You did?
What?
When you drove around to see me.
I did not drive around to see you. What I most want is never to see you again.
You know, you got it pretty bad. That's right, tie it in a nice bow so the girls will like it. Very pretty. Got a spare crutch around here? How much do I owe you?
Nothing, it's my job.
Here's a quarter. Buy yourself something. Buy yourself a nice hat.
See where the track went? That's what's left. Show him, Dan.
I will. Then you'll realize why I'm slowed down. If I had a 40-foot pole, I could touch a couple of construction trains that gave their death whistle here. Feel it.
Worst muskeg I've struck.
That's not the worst. You realize we built over a big stretch of this stuff on the main line east of Moodyville, and we're running trains over it?
Looks like we've got to say goodbye to a few millions and remap the whole route.
What? Go south and link in with Jim Hill's lines? That should have been swallowed up by a good Canadian muskeg.
Why isn't there a way through those mountains? What we need to do is drive west, straight ahead.
Take a look at those mountains.
If there were a way through, we'd shorten the route by hundreds of miles and save a barrel of money.
Our future plans must be governed by fact. Now, only a short time ago, we got this report from Mr. Van Horn of a supply train being submerged in a muskeg that we were trying to negotiate. Now, this muskeg covers an area of many square miles, and heaven knows how deep it is. And there are others ahead just as bad, if not worse. You can bet your life on that. These disasters prove that we shall have to pour out untold millions to bolster up a route that consists of hundreds of miles of engineering impossibilities.
Mr. Chairman, that sounds like good common sense. Mr. Chairman, I support Mr. Hill.
Order. Order. Remember that we are all gentlemen.
There are gentlemen and gentlemen, just as there are mountains and hills. Cut your losses. Save your investors' money, as well as your own good names. Abandon the route.
Suggestions, Mr. Hill?
What I've always suggested. Tie up with my line at St. Paul and cross the Rockies farther south, where the passes are not such high altitude and the grades are easy. Go right through to the coast on solid American soil.
Mr. Hill, you forget our pledge to the Canadian government to build this railroad upon Canadian soil. Yes. That was the essence of our charter. It's a national matter.
Sooner or later, someone's going to prospect for a line just south of the border that'll tap the only part of Canada that has a population. Then you'll be sunk.
Our charter also protects us from invading lines from the south.
I said tap, not invade.
Canadians wouldn't stand it.
The Canadians will have to stand it. They must have an outlet or they'll starve.
And what about our promise to British Columbia?
And what about your promise to your investors? You promised them a run for their money.
You're ready to wreck the CPR in the interest of your own line.
I always advise what benefits.
Yes, and I know whom it benefits.
Now, I've got this to say, and then I'm finished. Unless my solution is adopted here and now, I shall resign from the board.
Mr. Chairman, I beg to move that the resignation of Mr. James J. Hill of St. Paul, Minnesota, be accepted.
I second that motion.
Any amendment to the motion? There being no amendment, I declare the motion carried. This meeting is adjourned.
And I taught you all you know about railroading.
God bless you, honey, and good luck for your medical hut.
Hospital, Dad. It's a real hospital I'm going on this pilgrimage to plead for.
Well, I hope the directors see reason to make a good grant.
They'll see reason, all right, when they see Mary.
And, Major, you make 'em see daylight over this Muscade grant and tell 'em we've got to have a big appropriation, too.
Drop this off for Macmillan as you pass 20 Mile Post, will you? He's taking a truck up there to dump supplies.
Not in the line.
Oh, no, he'll be pulled on the siding out of your way, so you'll have a clear road.
Winnipeg, Ottawa, Montreal train! Winnipeg, Ottawa, Montreal train! All aboard! Miss Moody?
Major?
I'll take good care of Mary, Dan.
Well, going away?
Yeah.
Where you going?
Montreal, I guess.
Well, you got another guest coming. You get yourself back to camp just as fast as you know how. I want to see you on that drill team in 20 minutes.
Yeah, well, you won't see me on that drill team in 20 years.
Hook on him, boys. All right, all right. I'll handle him. If he starts any monkey business, I'll break him in half.
You will. You and who else?
Now listen, son. The only way out of this town's on that train. And just so long as you got a fine to work off, no crew's gonna pull you out of here. Just bear that in mind. Put your traps and yourself on that wagon and get out to the camp. You'll be a bit late for work, but we won't say nothing about that, will we, Dave?
No.
See he doesn't fall off on the way, Joe.
I will.
Hickey, it's my opinion you're not half so no good as you pretend. I've seen you work. Why don't you take example from that young partner of yours? He's got the makings of a real white man.
If the bird don't get him too early.
Mr. Moody!
Moody! Mr. Moody! Oh, Mr. Moody!
When did you get this?
Just now, the message stopped half through.
Riley! Frank! The dump train's gone through into Muscade.
Where?
This side of the 20-mile post. The Montreal. We got to stop her.
How? There's no signal between here and 20 Mile Post.
Then we must overtake her. Get the tie train locomotive.
It's up at the Watkins. It'll take half an hour.
What's the time on the Montreal to 20-mile post?
40 minutes.
How many of you fellas got horses?
I got a horse, Mr. Moody.
I got a good horse.
Then get 'em. We all gonna ride hand after that train. My daughter's on it. Hey, come on,
Get your horses, fellows, quick. Come on with me. What's wrong? The Montreal train. We gotta stop her.
Where can I get a horse?
At the butcher's.
Hey, that's my horse.
$5 if you catch him. Come on, come on, boy.
Hey, wait a minute. He's got my horse.
Here they are. Hickey, what are you doing here?
If you're gonna run a circus, you gotta have brains, and I'm supplying them. Come on, let's go. Get it.
We're crazy. We can't make it. We might if we cross here.
Is that the shorter way?
Yes, but I doubt if the horses can make it.
Well, I've got nothing to lose. Are you with me, boys?
Yeah.
Are you hurt?
Not enough to need medical attention, I'm sorry to say. But that does.
Well, honey, I guess we scared you.
Don't worry about me, Dad. I'm all right. Thanks to Mr. Hickey.
Let's see if we can give him any help, boys.
Thanks for saving my life.
Oh, there's nothing important about that. I don't mean your life. I mean saving it.
Well, Major, if that don't wake up Montreal, nothing will.
You're right, Dan. Can't run trains and that stuff. I'll give it to them straight when I get back. Well, you going to say something to this young man?
Much obliged.
What for?
Stopping that train.
I might not have bothered if you'd have been on it.
Why, you ain't.
You want to know the truth? There was someone on that train who owed me 25 cents.
Talking about money, you can forget that fine. And you can go to Montreal.
Who said anything about Montreal?
Didn't you say you wanted to go to Montreal?
I didn't say anything. Oh, you're trying to run me out of town, huh? Trying to get me to jump my fine. Well, I'll stay where I please, do as I please, and I'll even go to work if I want to.
You? I'll bet $100 you couldn't do an honest day's work if you tried.
I'll take that bet.
Gentlemen, we're close to Christmas. I wish I could play Santa Claus and bring you better cheer than the news cabled me this morning. Her Majesty's government is obdurate in refusing support that would justify further loans to your company. I have repeatedly pointed out that if the CPR is not completed, British Columbia may secede from the Dominion of Canada and be annexed to the United States.
Sir John, the men are ready to strike. The route located is proving so costly that it may have to be abandoned, and work must be continued throughout the winter with larger forces.
Mr. Prime Minister, this railway is vital to the existence of Canada. And your government must extend our credit or bust.
How much is needed?
Well, about $5 million, sir. With that, I can tell Moody to feed and house his men well. We'll pay them in the spring. Feed them on pork and beans.
Gentlemen, I cannot speak officially without consulting my cabinet. But if I were in your place, I'd go ahead and take a chance.
Thank you, Sir John.
That's good enough for me, sir.
All right, Biggers, I'll listen to all you got to say. But before you start, I want to tell you something. I just had orders from Montreal, and the work goes on regardless of winter, snow, rain, or anything else. Now shoot.
The men drilled the rocks this morning, but refused to let off the charges.
Why?
Because it's dangerous, Mr. Moody. They've already stretched a point, gone a month into the winter.
You know yourself, blasting rocks in the wintertime simply ain't done on railroads.
Well, it's done on this railroad, and it's going to keep on being done.
Looks like a clear break in the morale.
Breaking the morale. Well, I'd go down there and break something, and it wouldn't be their morale.
Here, drink your coffee.
I don't want none. How can a man have any appetite with all this going on?
I've been watching this situation for a long time, and you're not going to be able to laugh it off with one of your stock speeches. How many at the medical hut yesterday?
7.
Yeah, and one died.
Yeah. I know. Stipes. You can't expect to build a transcontinental railroad without some accidents, can you?
I expected this to happen all along, Mr. Moody.
That's the trouble. Asking them to do things instead of telling them. Can't I learn you fellas anything about handling men?
Oh, you can't blame Biggers. You can't blame anybody. We're lucky to have him work this long, what with weather, late pay, and short rations.
You know, you ought not to be their foreman. You ought to be their nurse.
Yeah, and you'll end up being the undertaker.
All right, me and Iggy go down and give the men a talking to. I suppose you fellas would send them to some health resort for the winter. Go on, Biggers. Go down and talk to that bevy of that's just come in. They don't know a snow slide from a sunset. Come on, Iggy. Iggy!
I'll explain later.
Boys, what's it I hear about you not blasting today?
There ain't gonna be no blasting today, that's all.
Boys, we're building something here you're going to be mighty proud you was part of. Something you'll point to in your declining years. What is the greatest engineering feat in the world today? What is going to be an enduring monument to every man as is standing here? I'll tell you what it is.
The Canadian Pacific Railroad.
We don't want no monuments. We want money.
That's right. Come on.
Now listen. Now listen, boys. I ain't never said you had to do anything, and I ain't saying it now. Boys, who'll volunteer to go on with the blasting of them rocks?
All right, Chief. I'll go.
What do you mean you'll go? You're an officer in this army. It's your job to order soldiers to make charges, not make them yourself.
What are you going to do if they're yellow?
Yellow.
Oh, man's yellow. A surgical operation wouldn't give him guts. Is there a man here who'll volunteer to help carry the charges?
Sure there is. I'll go with you.
Said I wanted a man.
Well, I'm a man, aren't I? I tell you, I'll go with you.
Come on, boys. I'm willing to go. Isn't there somebody who'll give me a hand? There isn't any danger if you duck in time.
I'll go with you.
You know what you're in for?
Yes, I know.
All right.
Come on.
Load 'em up.
Take a look at that handcar. It's our only chance of safety. And remember it, it's a life preserver.
Well, you all set?
All set.
Give me some, boys.
No doubt Hickey's game. No doubt he's crazy.
All right, we're going to make 3 charges, 1, 2, and 3. Number 1 is the father's drilling. When you get to number 3, keep your eyes open and your feet ready to move. That snow may shift and probably will. If it gets too bad, make a run for this push cart because split seconds are going to mean plenty. And when you shave the next time, you better get closer to a razor. Come on. This'll blow the chimney pots off the old rectory at home.
Yeah. If it brings that lot down, we'll be for it.
You ever tried drinking more water with it?
That's it.
You know, dynamite and whiskey don't mix. Ready? Let's get out of here, quick.
Look. It shifted, didn't it?
Oh, that's nothing. Don't look at it. You'll make it nervous. Come on.
Don't those fellas make you ashamed of yourselves?
No.
Bunch of yellow skunks.
A man ain't yellow because he refuses to commit suicide.
They're up there, and you're here, proving you're yellow.
Come on, get out of here.
Look at it, Hickey. Look at it. It is shifting.
Oh, what's eating you? The overhang or the hangover? Come on.
Did you see that shift?
Yeah.
Well, ain't you gonna do something? You ought to call those fellas back.
Now we'll fire the baby with the big charge. Remember what I told you. Dive for the handcar if it begins to look at all bad. You fool with this stuff, you've got to be cool and collected. Otherwise, you're likely to be just collected. All right, let's...
Steve, stand by. We may have to make a run for it.
Hickey! He's there! The stove! So you left him, you rat! Come on, boys!
Mind his leg.
Okay.
You got him now?
Be careful now. Okay.
See, the boys look at it this way. They wouldn't go out and fire them charges because they knew it was suicide. But if they had gone out, they'd have stood their ground. They wouldn't have run like a scared rabbit.
What a sap I was to tie up with someone that's yellow.
Yeah, maybe he was colorblind.
Ready, Lou? Come on. Give me a drink, will you? Chalk it up.
No good, Mr. Carson. Can't give credit to men who ain't in work.
But I'm expecting the money from home.
Yeah, you said that 2 months ago.
Say, Steve, we was thinking of backing you against Ross Tate's horse after that burst of speed you showed yesterday. Give me my pants.
You're not getting up.
Don't give me an argument. Give me my pants. Had a few snowdrops fall on a fellow without all this fuss. For my room and board.
Oh, but you're our guest, Mr. Hickey, and Father would never accept it. Besides, the doctor said you were not well enough to leave.
Oh, so the doctor said that, did he? He also said you'd look after me like my own mother.
And haven't I?
Well, my mother used to always kiss me goodnight. Just like Mother.
Ain't they told us the only way we can get our pay is to finish the railroad? Well, we tell them the only way they can get the railroad is to pay us for it. Well, then do something. You can all be blown to pieces. Your wives and children can starve to death. What do you get out of it? Talk about the part you're playing in the making of Canada. What for? To build a railroad that'll bring in 4% to a lot of old skinflints in Montreal?
That's right. I was loyal. What do I get? Win for eats. Kids can't live on air.
Work at a standstill. Men refuse vouchers for pay. Threaten general strike. Fear agitators may incite damage to company's property. Advise drafting military. PPR down another 5 points. If this strike goes on, the ground will be cut from under our feet forever.
What do you mean?
James J. Hill has started his line to the south.
Well, then we must buy him out.
But we've nothing left to pay arrears of wages and start them into work again.
Nothing?
No work, no investors. You realize what this means? We've been driven too far north. There's where we should be. James J. Hill got there first. What's the alternative? Link up with him. And if we do, our pledges are broken, our words discredited, and British Columbia will be lost to Canada. And Canada, with no outlet to the Pacific, may even be lost to Great Britain.
We might still save our bacon. How soon can Hill get started?
He may go to the public at any moment. James J. knows how to strike while the iron's hot.
Major Rogers, you've got to find a new path.
Where?
Here. Right here. You remember what you said? Shorten the route hundreds of miles and save barrels of money.
Fight the guns of James J. Hill.
There is no path.
This check for $50,000 is yours if you find it.
If I got that check, I'd frame it.
Well, you might go down in history.
I might go down to Hell's Bells.
You've got 3 weeks to get through.
Impossible.
Sure it is. That's why you're going to do it.
Where you heading?
Porterville.
Anyone else aboard?
What the blazes has that got to do with you?
I said anyone else aboard.
Hold it, Mr. Van Horn.
Well, take them back. We ain't allowing no wagon through except the pay car. Come back!
You won't allow. Well, I'm going through to Moodyville, and I'm going through without interruption to schedule.
Then you'll have to do it without an engineer.
That suits me. I could drive an engine before some of you fellas could drive a nail.
How did you get in here? The men have started holding up traffic.
Van Horn's train. He'd get you into heaven if he wanted to.
If you're not careful, he'll not get you out of here. The men have broken loose.
Bad news, Dan. Because you've got to find me 20 good ones right away.
You're unlucky. They're not half a dozen.
Where's that fella?
Hickey?
Yeah.
Standing guard up at my home with a gun.
That bad, huh?
You better get back while you're safe.
I'm going on from here.
Where to?
Right over there, Dan.
Sprouted wings before your time.
Maybe my time has come to sprout wings. The old route's no good. We're going to scrap it.
You mean we're beat?
I've got to find a pass. If I have to go barefooted, with no one but a couple of Indians, and a pocket full of raisins. You going to help me or not?
Sure I am.
All right. Have one.
Right? Right?
What's your name?
John India, Governor.
Say it in English.
John Snowdrift in the face of the rain.
We'll have to clear that up a little.
We'll call you John Snow. Right? Right?
What's your name? Make it short now.
Oh, that's better.
Hello, Dan.
Right.
Come see us out the premises. Where's Mary?
She was here a moment ago. She'll be along.
Major, where'd you get that man?
He was the first to give in his name. Why?
Nothing.
See these pieces.
You've got a lot of nerve. What are you doing in this line?
Don't give me away, Hickey.
You know we've got to have men who won't quit.
I won't quit. I swear it.
You did the last time.
I know, but things were different.
Different? You were yellow.
Give me a chance, Hickey. Don't just give me a chance.
I daren't risk it. This time I've got other men to consider. Can't you see that?
I swear you won't regret it.
Well, I shall have...
Be a sport, Hickey. Take a gamble on me.
I've quit gambling.
I've learned my lesson.
Get back in the line. Hello. Down to see the parade?
I guess I just came to say goodbye.
Thanks. Thanks a lot. Thanks for... Well, I guess I've got a lot of things to thank you for.
What?
Well, for making me...
Go on.
I guess I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for you.
It's not much to thank me for, is it?
Oh, yes, it is. You kind of made me see daylight. Sort of made a man of me.
I just introduced you to yourself, that's all.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, I know I've done a lot of fooling. Never made very much sense, but that isn't really the way I felt about it. I don't know why I did it.
I do.
Why?
Because you were getting interested in me.
Yes. I believe that was it.
Gather on, boys.
Goodbye and good luck. Lots of luck.
Is that all you've got to say?
Buy yourself something while you're in the mountains.
Oh. We'll be delayed a minute on account of pressing business. Forget it.
He was kissing her.
Was. Is.
Hello. Dad?
Man, give me your attention just a minute, and then we'll get started. I want to play square with you. In my opinion, this job is one bracket above suicide. Either we find this pass, or all go shouting home to glory from exhaustion, starvation, or wild animals, maybe all three. It's no job for a man who thinks dying is too harsh for him. If any man here feels he's made a mistake, the time to turn back is right now. Well, anybody feels he wants to change his mind? Speak up. Well, Major?
Since hearing your talk about proceeding west, I just remembered I got quite a little business east.
I understand, buddy. Now, boys, anybody else suddenly want to remember appointments? Unfinished business? That's fine. Now, Dan, if we find this pass, mind, I say if we find it, we'll light a beacon as we come back over that mountain. As soon as you see it, telegraph the news to Montreal that the pass is found. Better keep a good lookout. The dates are uncertain. That's all, boys. We'll follow the river till we find good water. Then we'll strike inland until we hit the old trail. At least I hope so. I have some idea where that leads us. When that ends, there's where we begin. Maybe Mr. Moody would like to say a parting word to you.
Good luck, boys. God bless you. Come back safe.
Bye, Dan. I have my little nest of trouble up there. You have it down here. If we don't come through...
You'll meet on the other side of the barrier, with wings on.
All right, boys. Cast off.
Goodbye. Come back safe,
With or without wings?
just as you are.
Keep that up and we'll find a couple of paths. Right, let's go.
Where do you suppose this river goes?
Darn if I know, but it's sure in a hurry.
Look. Fill it back.
You have the chance. We've got to do something to this mess. Come on. Well, if we could, I'd go too.
Well, I guess we start climbing right here. Grab the packs, beach the canoes. I won't want them where we're going.
Are we somewhere near the old trail, Major?
No, it's someplace further downstream. How they ever reach it through water like that beats me.
Oh, some sort of a powwow over here. Hey, what's the idea of just standing around? These three won't go any further, Major. You mean you want to quit?
Not go.
Scared to death and call themselves Roaring Thundercloud.
I quit too.
Oh, come on, man. Am I scared? You bet I am.
I have a wife and kids.
Well, go on. Get back if you can. Good luck to you.
Get out of here.
Come on.
Go on.
Get up.
Come on. How are they going to get back?
If there's a way, I'll bet $1 an Indian will find it. We've got to take a chance on striking the old trail higher up. Come on, boys. Catch the paddle! Hell's bells, boys. We're in luck. We've struck the old trail.
Listen! I'm only asking for time. The government will vote all the money we need. The pay cards will arrive regular every month. Just as soon as Major Rogers finds that path. I'm with you? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to double the buying value of your vouchers.
We don't want
Have a little patience. Give us time.
Looks as if the old trail feeder's out here. Pitch camp. Find better shelter than leave this ridge.
John Snow. Make camp, boil a pot. Feed the men.
Yeah, fill in belly.
That's right. All right, hurry up.
See that? Cute little thing, isn't it? That's what we've got to get through. Unexplored and uncharted.
Just follow our nose and hope, huh, Major?
That's it, Hickey. May take a week. Hard going. To find the spot I'm looking for. May take longer.
Gotta change the socks.
And slow going means short rations.
We can't expect a six-course dinner every night, Major.
You won't get it. Let's eat anyway.
Go.
Smells good, John Snow. Go to it, boys. Eat, drink, and be merry if you can manage it on water.
And you can forget the rest of the quotation.
No work, no eat. Moody's orders.
Freeze! CPR. It's the IF. It's if you go to work. If Rogers finds the pass. If!
Bad news, Major. 2 more men faded away during the night.
Huh? Well, let them go. Mean more food for all of us, boys.
Yeah, but 2 packs of food faded away with them.
Ah, more serious. May mean half rations before we get through. If we go behind schedule, maybe no rations at all.
You fellas better practice chewing rocks. More likely skunk cabbage and muskeg mush before we get out of the valley.
Well, what do you suggest, Hickey?
Me?
Yeah.
Get going.
Good. Hit the trail. Everybody come through?
Nils Zovik.
Nils Zovik! Nils Lorvik! Nils Lorvik!
We're within sight of success. Those fellas up there are risking their lives for it. What's risking a few weeks' pay? A few weeks' hunger, maybe, so long as we can help them to win through.
We want what's coming to us.
You'll get what's coming to you if you don't get back to work.
We're through with bosses. We're giving orders, not taking them.
Or as boss of this company, you're a pool player. Are you going to trust him and not me?
Are you going to trust the boss who draws your pay and doesn't hand over?
What's that you say?
Pulling up your pay, drawing your ration money and letting you start. Piling it up so that when the crash comes, he can pull out well ahead of the game.
Get out of here! Do what you like! Get a line up! You'll do it again if it costs 10 minutes and takes 10 lifetimes!
Watch your step, Woody, because you won't be here to help in the sheriff.
The CPR will be through to the coast when you're riding freight cars, and I'm pulling you off the road!
Father, I'm frightened.
One of them? When Rogers gets through, they'll all come running back wanting to lick my boots.
I know. I've watched that mountain for days. They will come back. They must. Hickey promised. Until they do, be careful of those men.
Careful. Why do you think I've kept steam up in the old donkey engine? I tell you, when Rogers lights that signal up there, those fellows will get such an earful of whistle it'll make them jump out of their skins.
Orders, fire. Straight ahead, and a big one, too.
We'll circle around, quicken our pace. If the wind don't shift, we may avoid it. blazes?
You said it, Major. Where do you suppose we are?
Not an ocean. Except we're miles out of our route. We've doubled our tracks like I can hardly tell north from south.
Where do we go from here?
West. West, as soon as I get the smoke out of my eyes.
How's the leg? Let's have a look at it.
Where are the others? Fire get them?
Oh.
And the food that we're carrying?
Oh.
See how much is left and what ammunition. How is he? We'll have to stay here till daybreak. It's risky to push on with night coming. Is that all?
Oh.
And the cartridges?
No more free eats, then.
Have one.
Thanks, I'm not hungry.
Well, I am, and you're taking orders from me. Eat. I'm so hungry I could eat a zebra and enjoy every stripe.
Major! Major!
Well?
Last one. Gone.
That fella talked too much anyway.
He left this by the fire. I can't make head or tail of it.
Sign writing.
What is it, his last will and testament?
He says 3 mouths easier to feed than 4. He makes 1 less.
That's decent of him.
Listen, he tells us northwest of here, we find food stored by Indians in a cache. 3 days off, and danger's going. He left his map.
3 days trek, 8 biscuits, and 3 men. That makes
Roughly 2.5 biscuits per man. 2 men would mean 4 biscuits.
What are you driving at?
You said it was decent of the Indian. Cut that out.
Sorry to tell you, but northwest from here means climbing down that cliff.
But, Major, you'll never make it with me.
Oh, shan't we?
Now, you two go on alone. Let me take a chance of getting back by myself.
Put your arms up.
It's certain death for all of us.
Yeah? Well, that suits me.
Women and kids are going around half cold and half starved. Is Moody? Is his daughter? Get back to work, they told us. And as soon as the pass is found, money will come pouring into the company and you'll get yours. That was weeks ago, and nothing's happened.
We're lost, Major. That's what we are, lost. And our red Indian friend has stacked the deck on us.
Coffee. Hot coffee and fried chicken.
Shut up. You had a half a biscuit 4 days ago, didn't you?
Hickey, I've got to eat.
Don't worry, you'll eat. Look here. Says the cache is just over those rocks there.
There's no cash.
Bet you $1 to a raisin. Come on.
Whiskey straight, and make it long, strong, and quick. Money on the barrelhead, boys. No more paper. What? We ain't gonna take any more vouchers. Hey, what's the idea? We ain't seen the color of real money for months. No, neither's the boss. Boys, this saloon's bulging with liquor. If paper won't buy what you want, take it. Come on!
What did I tell you? There's no cash.
Major! Major! Look! There it is! Good old Indian. Come on, Major, join me for lunch. Whatever ate it, I hope it choked. Cheer up, Major. First 5 days are the worst. You've only been starving for 4.
Hickey, I'm beat.
Don't worry, I'll get you something to eat. Where's that rifle?
I'm saving it.
It's our last cartridge. You can't shoot straight.
I can hit what I want.
Give me the gun. Give me that rifle.
No.
Give me that gun.
No! Give me that gun! No! See that?
Yeah.
Ever hear how the ones found a pass? They say eagles always fly between mountains.
Let's take a chance and follow it. Maybe it'll lead us to your pass.
No, we're out of luck.
Here's a little piece that Mary gave me for luck. Tails we give up, heads we go. Heads. Wings. I said I'd come back with her without wings. They're not my own wings, but they'll do. Tighten your belt, Major.
Man that crosses that road gets daylight through him.
That's so. Come on!
Get him, men!
Burn him out!
Take what's coming to you.
The pass! They found the pass!
Hickey, he's safe. He's got through.
Take a barge and have him down. Right. I tell you, Mary, my son-in-law's going to be the biggest railroad man in the country. Ain't you fellas got nothing to do? On the job tomorrow morning, 6 o'clock. Anybody late will be fired.
On the driving of the last spike, all I can say is the work has been well done in every way.
All aboard for the Pacific.
2, Vancouver. Single? For the time being. Another quarter, please.
I haven't got a quarter.
And you can't go.
Another 25 cents you owe me.
To show you some photographs. They're pictures taken in Europe, India, China, and other countries. Pictures showing starvation conditions and the effect of hunger on men, women, and children. I don't think it'd be necessary for me to show you the pictures. You've seen them all in your newspapers, posters, newsreels. You know that this starvation condition exists as the aftermath of a very destructive war. I just want to remind you that you can do something to help. All of us here in this country can help. By cutting down the consumption of wheat and meat, we can save millions of lives. Now let's do it the American way. Let's do it voluntarily. Save wheat, save meat, save the peace.
Single jingle that sets the toes of tingle is welcome when you mingle in any single